All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people, just like you, just like me. All right, kind of sad news from the world of Motley Crue. A fan at a Motley Crue concert was rushed to the hospital, apparently falling from an upper level at an Indianapolis concert. This is being reported by TMZ. All right. They've obtained video of people at the show gathered around a man intending to him as the legendary 80s rock band was belting out its classic song, Looks That Killed. Okay, that's an unfortunate thing. Somebody who had just fallen. A witness told the site that there was a puddle of blood around the victim. Police and paramedics arrived quickly, placed the man on a gurney, and then wheeled him out of the stadium. A witness who attended the concert, Stephen Neely, told a local news channel, we have seen a figure. At first, we didn't think it was a person. We thought, they had been tossing volleyballs and different stuff around the crowd. But when you heard the thud twice, then we knew it was a person. You could hear the audible gasps over the music playing. Wow. A lot of times you go to a large concert like this and you'll be oblivious to the things happening around you, mainly because there is so much noise, so much activity. I don't even think this is good, for your senses after a while. I mean, seriously. Am I saying don't go to concerts? I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe when you go to concerts, go to something a little bit more low key than Motley Crue. So anyway, everyone was just kind of standing around looking, trying to figure out what to do, who to talk to, who to get to come over to the landing and check this person out, added another witness. We didn't know if they were breathing or not breathing or what was going on. Another woman who witnessed the incident told another local news channel someone fell on top of her boyfriend while he was standing on the landing outside of the seats. Wow. I got him back in our aisle, and that is when I saw the man who was on the ground next to where my boyfriend was standing, the woman said. According to the woman, the man who fell was unconscious and blood immediately started pooling out from under him. This doesn't look good. The time it took to get medics there to help was ridiculous, she said. Another reason why a concert like this is a safety hazard. People around were trying to help, but there was just blood everywhere. Time is of the essence when it comes to injuries like this, especially due to blood loss. Spokesperson for the Indianapolis Police Department told TMZ that they assisted an injured person who was awake and breathing. Cops confirmed they were investigating whether the man was extremely intoxicated, leaned over the railing, and fell from the upper level to the lower level. His condition is currently unknown. So apparently the band was unaware that this had happened, which again doesn't surprise me. I think when the tragedy happened at that Who concert years ago, I don't think the Who had any clue as to what had happened until later on. So obviously, again, I'm not saying going to concerts like this is a safety risk, but it's another reason. Just add it to my list of reasons why I wouldn't want to go to this stadium tour. I think I've already talked about the inconvenience of it and just the fact that, this headlining band, right, is not firing on all cylinders. And this is almost like a metaphor to everything. They're playing their song Looks Like Kill, and some guy falls off the balcony or off the, upper level. Hopefully the guy's going to be okay. But, the whole, is he intoxicated? And this becomes the main reason you go to a concert. Yes, when I was younger, there was a certain level of partying, but not to the point of incoherence. And I'm thinking the guy's probably not a teenager if he's drinking, so he's got to be, um, a little bit older. I just find this whole experience at this stage of my life to kind of hear about these things, and then all the antics, the Tommy Lee photo, and then is he actually playing the drums? Vince Neil sounding the way he's sounding, and these guys, like I say, they're just trying to get through this. I was under the impression this tour was almost over, but it's not. It's going on for at least another month from my calculations here into September. And, okay. And they're selling about 37,000 tickets per show. So I don't know. I think there's a better way to enjoy music. There's got to be a better way than this. And, obviously this isn't happening at every show, and this isn't happening at other concerts all that much, but kind of weird how it happens at Motley Crue. Motley Crue is kind of holding on to all of the stuff from that era that I think we should have learned from to some degree. And the people who follow, they think, hey, I'm whatever age, but I could still party like I was 18 or 22 or whatever. I don't know if that's the case here. I have no idea. But the perception of all of this, with Tommy telling the girls to, lift their shirts up. And I think one commentator had it right, even though I'm not into this Me Too stuff, because I think it's political and it's just another way to shame men from, behaving like men in normal circumstances. But when men become out of control, the Tommy Lee thing, I think, illustrates that men can completely go off the rails and do stupid stuff. And then I'm sure there are some people who are like, look, Dave, come on. You want to see this too. And I'm like, you know what? I kind of actually don't at this stage. I mean, I've been there, done that. You reach a certain age. And I think my big complaint to all these people who are saying, hey, this is rock and roll, this is what happens. And I'm like, yeah, but these guys are in their 60s, right? They're a bit older, and their fans have aged too, right along with them. So you would think there might be a change in behavior, a change in philosophy. People tend to grow up, and sometimes it takes them decades to grow up, and that's okay. I'm forgiving of people, but you would think there would be a change. But they have so much invested in this bad boy image and, this rebellious rock band and all the things that they're about, that, they have this movie called The Dirt. It's a documentary. And then the Pam and Tommy fake episodes where they're, they make stuff up about both of them to make it more salacious and more watchable, more clickbait. And then you have something like this that happens at a concert, and you think to yourself, okay, is all of this stuff worth it? I mean, can we just get back to listening to great music? Isn't that what this is? Isn't Motley Crue supposed to be playing music, and they're a rock band? It's not just a show, it's not a spectacle, but it's evolved away because the band obviously has lost a lot of their chops from the early days, and bands do. And some bands make adjustments, some bands bring in new people, some bands quit, they retire, they say, you know what, we can't do this anymore. This is a big payday. There's a lot of money here at stake. This is Live Nation, and it's a juggernaut. They were fortunate enough to get into this stadium tour. And quite honestly, I'm thinking there could have been another band that would have been better for the headliner. That's what I'm thinking. And, there are other bands out there, I think, that would have been better, more responsible choices here. But, hey, people want to go see Motley Crue. The name and their behavior, I think, makes it kind of like rubbernecking at the car accident, Everybody wants to stop and look and see what happened. In this case, it's very, real. And I think a lot of people are probably thinking, wow, this stuff's still happening at concerts and people falling off the upper level because maybe they drank too much alcohol at a Motley Crue concert in the year 2022, right? So anyway, folks, that's a video on this topic. We're hoping this guy is okay. If there are any other reports about his condition, I will put that out there. Backwoods Spirit, really cool band. Check them out. It's called Fresh from the Can. Music from Sweden. It's different. It's not what you would think. These guys are trying to be very rootsy. Black Crowes, Allman Brothers. Different. This is just different. It's got its own vibe to it, but it's certainly paying tribute to those great bands that are more Americana, more basic in their production, but real decent rock music from Backwoods Spirit. All right, that's the video. Thank you for watching, and of course I will see you soon.